I have tried to simplify poetic devices for you students. See, all the poetic devices used in the poem are already highlighted in different colors, and you can have a look here. There's a key also provided, like alliteration, you will find it all in red, and then you have metaphor in blue, imagery in purple, inversion or anastrophe in green. Then we have antithesis, that is somewhere in some pinkish color, right? So let's move on one by one, because it will get little jumbled up like this. I'll be taking up each poetic device so that you can have better understanding. The first poetic device we're going to discuss is alliteration. See, children, this is the simplest poetic device. It's very easy to find it. It provides nice rhythmic quality to poem. So, what basically it is? It is a stylistic device in which a number of words having the same first consonant sound occur closer together in a series. So, what do we have? Sleep, sweet, S, right? Band, bind, noble, natures, some, beauty, sprouting, shady, simple, ship, cool, cooling, covered, right? That is your alliteration. Now moving towards the metaphor. Metaphor is another very important poetic device. What does it actually do? Metaphor is a figure of speech that can make an implied, or hidden comparison between two things that are unrelated but which share some common characteristics. See, we already know the meaning of the word bower. What is quiet bower here? Quiet bower is basically a place of comfort, shade, and this think of beauty is compared to quiet bower as it can take us to this beautiful, peaceful place. So, beautiful, peaceful place compared to quiet power. Now, sweet dreams. Sweet dreams is basically metaphor for good dreams. And then we have another one, wreathing of flowery band. This is metaphor for a string, or string together a bunch, which actually connects us to the planet. It's like a wreathing of a flowery band, which connects us to the earth. It is metaphor for these beautiful things which actually bind us together, tie us together, and connect us to our planet. Now, another one, moves away the pall. What is pall? Pall is actually darkness, gloom, or some kind of cloth which is required to cover the dead body, right? So, what does it signify here? Moves away. What does beauty does? It moves away the pall. And pall is here metaphor for gloom, dull, darkness, sadness from our dark spirits. And then we have endless fountain of immortal drink. This beautiful things which never lose their glory. They're there for ever. They are immortal. They are not going to get vanished. They are not going to face any sort of decay, or even if they face it, it's not going to let them lose their importance. Then another one, pouring unto us from heaven's brink. Heaven's brink here, you can say edge. Brink is basically edge of a cliff. So here, heaven's brink means pouring up from the with a pouring from God Himself. He Himself is sending these blessing unto us from up above. So heaven's brink is basically used as a metaphor for this edge of a cliff. Well, another poetic device, imagery. Imagery means using of figurative language to represent objects, actions, ideas in such a way they appeal to our senses. Poet is more like a movie director. He's before even picturizing the scene or before even like directing the movie, he tries to build up that, that whole aura, the scene for the actors before actually they see the actual scene or location. A flowery band to bind us together, gloomy days, and then we have this shady boon, daffodils with green world, clear rills here is riverlets, cooling covert make, and rich with sprinkling fair of musk rose blooms, grandeur of a mighty dead, endless fountain or pouring from heaven's brink. See, in this, what has poet actually tried by using this different imagery, is trying to like create a picture for his readers by tinkling their various senses of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Basically, he wants us to have that feeling of being there, right? That's what he has done very beautifully through this imagery. That's how children, how you feel so connected to these things. When we read them in poem, we feel so connected because we could actually see these things through the eyes of a poet. Then there is this poetic device inversion. What is inversion basically? It's also known as anastrophe. Is literary device in which normal order of words is reversed in order to achieve a particular effect or emphasis of meter. So it should have been we are reading a flowery band. And what has been written here? Are we reading a flowery band? That is your inversion, a poetic device used by poet to give put some emphasis on or effect, or let's give us a different sort of a meter. And now we have antithesis. Antithesis, which literally means opposite, is a rhetorical device in which two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence to get that contrasting effect. Here, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boom. See, here, poet has tried to create the contrast by using old and young. So, children, these are your poetic devices which have been used in poem.